Beautiful people. I am Leslie Jones. Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, like, share, subscribe, do the YouTube thing that we need to do every time we do a live stream or anything. So I have a special guest today, but before I bring him on, I want to make some appreciation announcements and some update announcements. So, first, thank you guys for supporting me in this channel. I am officially monetized. So, the upside of that is, of course, making money. The downside of that is advertisement. So, sorry about the advertising, but your girl, residual income. You hear me? I'm not going to complain about that. Okay, so then secondly, I want to share with you the updates. If you want to be a part of getting my updates, here is my website. On my website, in this corner, it says Get Updates here. Join the email list for updates. You click that. All you need is your email and your first name, and you will be added to my email list. So when new things happen, because I have, as I talked about in my previous live, there's going to be an online store coming. Mama, hello, brown coat blue, what's happening? There's going to be an online store coming with African handmade fabric. Get ready for that. You want to be the first to know that one for sure. Secondly, what else? My Patreon. If you want to become a member, I will be starting to do, you'll be getting information before everyone else when it comes to land that I find, when it comes to, cheaper land, when it comes to what else? Exclusive videos and exclusive question and answer sessions, and most importantly, one-on-one sessions. So that's going to be cool too. Once I, start growing, get bigger, I'll be able to. Oh, and get more experience under my belt. I'll be able to share and consult because a couple of you guys say, Leslie, can you start consulting? I'm like, no. Not right now, but eventually that will be coming. So that is an announcement. So, like I said, if you want to get the quickest updates regarding the changes that Vision to Reality goes through, go to my website, hit Get Updates, join the email list, and subscribe, and all that will be there. All righty, before I bring him up, let me show you. Stop sharing. I want to show you the first, not all of it, but show you some of the interview that this BK came from, because a lot of us might be seeing this for the first time. And I want to show you which video to watch if you want to get caught up on all the jazz, all the good stuff that we're doing. So it is this video, my non-African favoritism in Ghana experience. BK and Vicky, they were my special guests in this live stream, and BK is back in the house for another session. So I'm about to bring him on right now. Folks, we're going to talk about that interview. BK, you in the house? You are here. Hey. You got the light going. I see. We can see you now.
Yeah.
So in the previous interview, you mentioned that you went to the States and you found out it wasn't for you. And when you said that, in my mind, I'm like, he's coming back, because we're going to talk about that. So just announce to the people who you are real quick. And hey, Vicky's in the house. And so they can get familiar with who you are, and then I'll go into the questions.
Okay. So, hey, I'm BK Bartholomew Kwame, and I'm from Ghana, born and raised. Lived in the United States for some years, and I'm back home.
Ooh, we're going to talk about it. So, when you were a child, what was the United States painted like for you?
The paint, like we see on TV, like we see on social media everywhere, was painted like they describe heaven.
Okay. Okay.
They describe the United States like the promised land,
Wow.
like a place everybody wants to go. Everybody should be there. So that was the painting we saw while we were growing up.
So was that in school, or did your parents and your grandparents paint that picture for you?
It was everywhere.
Mm,
It was everywhere. And then you don't need people to tell you once you have TV, once you go on the internet to be on social media and stuff like that,
yeah.
the painting was all over.
Wow. Now, so why did you want to go to the States? What was that one thing you were programmed to think, and you're like, I'm going because of this?
Everybody want to go to the promised land,
Yeah.
like I said earlier. So, yeah, I was like, well, I have the opportunity to go to this place, and it is green. Everything is green. I have a chance to make life better for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, the opportunity came, I took it, and I was excited.
Ooh,
I was really excited to go.
and so what were you expecting, and what did you get? Like, what were you expecting coming to the
I
States?
was expecting to go to an easy life. I was
Mm.
expecting to go to a place where you put in and get back as soon as, like right now. I was expecting
Ooh.
to go to a place where I'll always have a smile on my face. I was expecting to go to a place where life was just comfortable. Life was
Right.
easy. Life was sweet. Like we just walk on the promised land.
Yeah, just walking on water, just a whole bunch of just unnatural
Yeah.
expectations. Wow. And what was the
Walk on
process?
gold.
Yeah, walking on gold, right. And what was the process
Yeah.
getting to the States? Because when I was in Ghana, and my Uber drivers or
Hmm.
Bolt drivers, they would say, you know what, I
Hmm.
just don't make enough money to even buy a ticket to get to Ghana. So, what
Hmm.
was the process for you? Did you have to save up, or
Well,
like what
it's
did?
different. It's different for everybody. My
Mm-hmm.
situation was easy. It was really easy for me to go, but I know stories where it's really difficult for people. Sometimes they take their money and don't even give them visa, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But in my case, I'll say it was easy.
Is that because you had
It was easy.
connections?
Because I was talking to someone, I will say a long distance relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and she decided to come see what I was talking about. She wanted to come see Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And
Also,
then she came after 2 years of talking and all that. She decided to come see
mm-hmm.
Africa, and she did. By that time, I didn't have any plans of traveling, though. I wish I could, but I didn't have the the the, the channel or the link, so I didn't
Mm-hmm.
plan to travel. But when she came and she went back, do you want me to say it?
You had a boo thing. You
When
had a
she
boo thing,
went
and then
back, when she went back, she called and told me she was pregnant.
really, oh yes, we want the truth, BK.
Don't tell Vicky.
Don't tell
All right,
Vicky.
so she told me, don't tell Vicky. Yeah,
Okay, you
so
had
she
a
told
boo
me she was
thing,
pregnant, and yeah, I did what my mama told me not to do.
and so okay,
So
well that
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. So I didn't have anybody here. I wasn't dating anybody. That was my only relationship, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to like be together, mother, father, and child.
Right.
So she had to send some documents down. She did, and I applied for the visa. And I went to the interview. They said, well, since you say you're going to see your son, you have to prove that's your son.
Oh,
So I did a DNA test. I went back to the American embassy. They did some testing. They took some,
right.
like they do now for COVID testing. They did all
Mm-hmm.
that. And then they took their test over there. And after 2 weeks, they called me and said, hey, your results are back and you are the father. And they gave me the
Voila,
visa. It's as easy
you
as that.
are the father.
Yeah, that's how I got to America.
Got you. So now I understand when you said it was easy for you, because
Yeah,
it
it
is
was.
easy
I
when you
didn't
have
have
a
to go
child.
through a lot of
Yeah,
process. Yeah.
got you. Okay. Now, what happened when you arrived?
Whew. All right. So I was going to Georgia, and my flight would transit in New York for 8 hours. And I had a friend in New York, so I called and said, "Hey, I'm coming to America. I'm going to Georgia, but I'll be in New York for 8 hours. So can you pick me up and show me New York?" He said,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah." So he picked me up, took me to his house. As soon as I came out of the car, I almost got sick. That was the first time I was like, I really got cold, cold, cold.
The climate
First,
change. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it was in February, first cold experience. I ran back into the car and I was like, no, I'm not coming outside. I went to, so he took me back to the airport after 8 hours. I
Mm-hmm.
flew 2 hours to Georgia. And then the person I was supposed to be meeting stood me up at the airport for 2 hours.
Come on, people. Keep
First
your word.
disappointment.
Okay.
If it was a drive, I would go back home.
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I stood up for 2 hours at the airport, not knowing anybody. That was my first bad experience. And then I was picked up from the airport, taken to the house, and the houses I was seeing on the way, I was like, is this America? Because I'm coming
Mm.
for a place where I see
There's gold on
huge
the
houses.
floor.
I see, yeah,
You be
where is the
walking on
gold?
gold, and you get here, it's nothing but
I
gum and
see
spit.
little wooden houses
Yeah.
and the streets. I was like, is this America? Is this the America they were showing us on TV and all that?
Mm-hmm.
That was my second disappointment because what I was seeing was
Yeah.
it was a no for me.
You weren't
Okay,
seeing gold.
so all that went by, and then I wanted to work because I'm living here now. I have to work. I'm used to working.
All right.
Then I can't work because I don't have the papers to work. I have to apply for a job authorization card that took
Mm-hmm.
6 months to come. So for 6 months, I didn't work and I wasn't used to it. I was
Wow.
like, can I go home and continue what I was doing while I was
Right.
home?
Right. Right.
You
Cause,
know,
cause it was part of
that's
your.
a third disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Say
No,
what?
I was saying because first of all, it kind of wasn't part of your plans to come without your baby, right? So it's
Right.
almost like you were
Yeah.
not forced, but it wasn't like I'm going to America. I've been thinking about this since
Yeah, it
five
was
years
like
old.
impromptu, like
And there we
not
go.
planned. Yeah.
Yeah. And BCB said
Yeah.
you're probably expecting the Fresh Prince mansion. You know that show, Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I
Right.
interrupt you.
Yeah, so after 6 months of staying home without work, I finally got a job, and it was nowhere near the job that I am used to. You
Right.
know, back here, I was working in my own office behind my computer, just easy,
Mm-hmm.
using my head to make some money.
Right.
But then my first job, I had to use my strength, my hands. I had to
Mm.
hold knives and all that. I
Wow.
was like, I get off work and
Tired.
it is super cold. I can't even open my car because my hands is like frozen. Like
You weren't ready.
I was like, is this the promised land? You
Yikes.
know? And then what killed it for me was the racism.
Mm.
Was the racism at work. You talk and they say, hey, you got an accent. Where you from? Africa or Haiti? I said, I'm from Africa. Do you have cars in Ghana? I said, I'm from Ghana. Do you have cars in Ghana? Do you have computers? Do you have houses? Like all these kind of questions. Like
Wow. Like you
I
live
was
in a,
like,
a mud
yeah,
hut
we do.
somewhere.
You're the ones that say you are developed, you have internet, you have all that. Why don't you go online and check?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then, oh, you're here for the American dream. You're here to make some money. You're here. I'm like, look, where I'm coming from is better than where I am right now.
Ooh, and what they
Because
say to that?
and no, they don't want to hear that.
Mm.
If it's better, then go back. Why are you here?
Mm.
You know?
Right,
If it's
right.
better, then go back. I say, yeah, I'm planning to go back. If it's better, why are you here? What are you doing here? We don't want to see you here. Go away.
They
And
literally
then
said
this job
that.
I was doing, yeah, they were like, go. But
Wow.
whatever I do, I try to put in all my best. And they saw that I was doing a little better than they were doing. They started hating on me, like, oh, you, what you think? Who do you think you are?
Hmm.
Black monkey. Like, they were calling me all kinds of names.
What year was this? I guess it doesn't matter. But when
It
was
was
this?
2016,
It's not that long ago. Hey,
2016.
cousin Ronnie. He
No, it
says
wasn't long ago.
definitely not the promised land. Only an illusion of the promise. Yep, only an illusion.
It is not a
I
promised land. If
can't
only I
believe.
knew. Yeah, they call me all kinds of names, all kinds of names.
Wow.
Black monkey. They even add black to monkey. Yeah, black monkey and all that.
Wow. So
And
so oh, go
and
ahead.
the bad thing about it all is that you can fight with anybody. If it was in Ghana, I was gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Excuse my
Right? Because
word.
you can pow pow, you can just
Excuse
go
my
at
word.
it.
But you can't. No, you can't do that in America. You can't do that. You 1 minute you're fired. The second minute, if you're walking, you have to be looking back because you don't know who is going to come
Right.
shoot you. Because here we don't use guns.
Right.
If
Right.
you're a man, let's fight like two men fighting. But you can't do it because you have to be looking back when you're going home. Someone's going to shoot you.
Right, right. Actually, since you
You
brought up the
know?
gun situation, what is the
Yeah.
gun laws like in Ghana? Because here, I remember me and my mom talking. I was like, "Mama, we need to get guns just in case, you know." But because we can, like, we have the ability to do that. But in Ghana, what is it like?
Okay, so I haven't gone into too much into the gun laws,
Hmm.
but what I know is you cannot hold illegal arms. You have to register your firearm, I mean
Okay.
your gun if you want to use it. But I would say 1 out of 100 people have a gun,
So it is
and the
possible for
people
you
that
to
have
get it.
guns, it is possible but very very difficult.
Okay.
I would say, well, I'll go and say something, but well, I'll say it's as difficult to get a gun in Ghana as it is for you to get your cash estate documents.
Oh, you got jokes, you guys. Did you just hear what he said?
That is how difficult it is.
So
That
I
is how
how,
difficult
how
it
how
is.
dare you? Let me talk about what you just said to the people that don't know what you're talking about. So I bought 6 flats from Casa States, and basically they won't give me my paperwork, and so he just clowned me on World Wide Web that I ain't got no paperwork, and I'm probably won't get a gun if I don't got my Casa paperwork. I won't get a gun. You
It
clowning.
is. It
That
is
was.
difficult. It is difficult. But people get it. But you have to prove your innocence. You have to prove that you're gonna use it right. You have to prove that you're gonna use it to protect yourself.
Mm,
And you have to prove that you have a place that people are going to come,
okay.
so they normally will give it to corporate and all that.
Well,
Yeah, so it's very difficult.
I have a reason. Let's just say that. After I build, I'm like, I'm trying to protect my property. But at the same time, I have to remember that it's not the states, you know?
Right.
So I got to keep that in mind too. Leslie, you don't need a gun, okay, in Ghana. But I just want one because
No,
maybe
you
that's
don't.
still.
You don't
So,
need it.
yeah, I have to work that out in my own mind. So that's something I got to.
Vicky had a gun in America,
Hmm.
and she wanted to bring it with her, but she had to go through a lot of documentation and all that, so she left it.
Mm,
But when she came here, she realized that she didn't even need it.
that's good.
She didn't even need it. So yeah, you don't need a gun to be over here.
Right. Okay.
People
So,
will people will say what they want to say to your face. People will, if they have to fight, maybe they will,
hmm,
but no one is gonna like follow you, shoot you, or anything.
right.
You're safe when it
And
comes
that's
to guns. Yeah.
and that's way easier on the mentality because Now we can just handle it woman to woman, man to man, and we don't have to worry about someone coming up behind us and or with a
Right.
gang or a group and getting us, unless you've done something wrong. Because I heard part of the
Right.
culture is if you steal something or you do something wrong, people will come and families will come and get you. True.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
Because it's not
That is
like
true, but
we.
not everywhere.
Okay. Because I know
But
here
something
we.
wrong is when you really, really do wrong, like you go steal someone's stuff, like things like that. Things
My
like that, not just surface crimes. Yeah.
yeah, my mom says, Ghana, here I come. I need my peace.
Come on, guys. Come on. Is that Pamela?
Tamil, yeah, that's my mom.
Okay.
GP says, let me know if you need a bodyguard. I will call the boys to help you out. Hey, I'll be living in a coconut hut, so I'm pretty sure
I'm the
I'll be.
bodyguard myself.
Yes, he's my neighbor, so he's going to be looking out for me when I'm living in my coconut hut next month, which I'm super
Yeah.
excited for. So, how long did you stay in the States, and what was your final straw to where you literally booked your ticket and came back to Ghana?
Okay, so I stayed there for 6 years.
Okay.
I stayed for 6 years, and what made it for me was, I moved there because of my son, but it got to a point where I wasn't seeing my son anymore because I had a misunderstanding with the mother, and she moved out of the
Mm.
house. So I was by myself. I was living in North Carolina though, so I was
Okay.
by myself for so long, and I was like, I don't want to be here. Then I had a
Mm.
cousin in Washington who was like, you know what, just come over here, just come to
Mm-hmm.
me, leave North Carolina and come. So I went to I went to Washington, and then that is when I met Vicky, and
Oh,
she had the
Vicky,
same. She had a dream of coming home, you know.
your boo
So
thing.
I was like, oh, we both want to go. We both want to go. I am returning home, but she's going home for the first time. And then
Mm-hmm.
we put
Mm-hmm.
our minds together, our strengths together, resources, and everything together, and then we're here.
Nice. And so, for those that are just logging in, BK and Vicky, they are my neighbors at the beachfront property that I have so many videos about and that you've watched my videos of. So, you guys met the 6th year, came together, put all your mind and your resources, and came back. And this was what year?
This
2020.
was 20, no, we met in 2019,
Okay.
and then we started planning for the return. And she came. I had no. We both came in October 2020 and
Mm-hmm.
went back.
Mm-hmm.
We came to prepare the journey, and then we went back. And she came ahead of me
Mm-hmm.
2021. No, 2020 again. She came back 2020 in
Okay.
December, and then I came 2021 in January.
Got you. And now you guys have a full on house. It's done.
We do, we
I
do.
cannot wait, folks. When I go to Ghana, if they allow me, I want to do like a whole home tour. You guys wait, and then have a refrigerator. They have a restaurant. They're building a restaurant in the front. They have a restaurant in front of their
Yeah, we have a
property, guys.
refrigerator too.
And Vicky said that you're gonna be the chef, huh?
I'm gonna be one of the chefs.
One of the chefs. So authentic Ghanaian food. Folks, do you guys see the vision? Where y'all at? Y'all need to hurry up and come and stop playing. Okay? Go to my website so you can get updates. Okay. Okay, so a couple more questions and we're gonna wrap it up, BK. Was it simple for you to come back to
Okay.
Ghana?
Yes, it was very simple because I was coming back home and I didn't naturalize. I didn't take the American citizenship, so I was still a Ghanaian.
Got
So
it.
it was
Got
really
you.
easy for me to come.
Okay. Now, what would you
Yeah.
want your fellow brothers and sisters that still think there's gold on the streets of America? What would you want them to know now that you've experienced both
So
sides?
very easy. The promised land is right here. The gold is right here. what you think you're going there to get is really here.
Wow.
So don't waste your
Literally.
time going there to try to find it. It's right
Wow.
here.
That's good.
It's with you right here. Yeah.
And what do you wish you knew before going to the States to be more
The
prepared?
promised land was right here.
Oh, so same thing. That there was no reason
That
to even go.
it wasn't what they were telling us. It wasn't what they were showing us.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't what everybody think it is. You
Right.
know,
Right. Okay. Last question. For the ones that 1 second, BK, are you originally from the central region or a different part of Ghana?
I'm from the Volta region.
The
I'm
Volta.
from the Volta region. Yeah.
Or do you guys have a sign? Like we have signs for where you're from. Do you have like Volta?
What? No.
Oh.
I just say, yeah, I
Okay,
just do it.
Volta. You're like West
Yeah,
Side.
I
Okay.
just do that. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot what I said. Oh, for the ones that still have goals of going to the States, what would you tell them that they need to be ready mentally, financially? Like, what do they need to be prepared for? What do they need to have before they even go to the States?
First of all, you have to go there legally. Don't try to go behind the doors. Go there legally.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you do that, you will find out what I did, and you're gonna come right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
Hey.
of people, you know, we that's I know a lot of people that traveled,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you tell them you want to travel or anything, they tell you no, this is not the right place.
Mm.
But the bad thing about it is that if you've never been there, you won't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So go there, go find out for yourself, and if you like it, stay there. If you don't, come back
Come
home.
back.
Yeah, and
BCB
then
has a.
let me add this: that there are a lot of people out there that want to come back home, but they cannot because they don't even have the money to buy the ticket. They
Mm.
don't. When we're packing our stuff to come back here, one of the packers was a Ghanaian, and he was like, "Are you guys going home?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "I want to go too." I said, "Come on." He was like, "I don't
Mm-hmm.
have anything," because he sold his house, he sold his
Mm.
car, he sold his, like, that's what people do. They sell what they have because they think they will get it once they get there.
Wow.
And then they get there and realize that, oh, I was lied to. They want to come
Mm.
back, but they don't have what it takes to come back.
Come
So
back.
they're
Yeah.
stuck in a foreign land. Yeah.
And BCB asks you a question. He wants to check out the Volta region. Do you have any pointers?
Oh, yeah, the Volta region has the largest man-made lake in Africa. It's called the Volta Lake. There is the people call it Willie, but it's called Blee. It's WLI is Blee.
Oh, the waterfall.
Yeah, that's where the
I've
waterfall
been
is.
there.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
say it, Blee.
Willy.
Yeah, I know you can say. Yeah, people. The waterfalls. We have a lot of historic places you want to go see.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm from the Volta region, but I have not visited there a lot of times. I've not been there myself.
That's
I
like
want to go.
here. There's a lot of
Yeah,
things here that I haven't even. I haven't been to the
yeah.
Getty's Museum. It's a shame.
I've been there just twice, and I want to go. I'll take Vicky, and when we go see a lot of places. Yeah, so there are a lot of places you can see in the Volta region, but I haven't seen them, so I'm not the right person to ask.
And my mom says you gotta check it out for yourself. That's why I'm
I
going to
will.
Ghana. Thanks, BK, for being transparent with your journey. BCB, true, the indoctrination is very strong. I don't try to convince Ghanaians anymore. Nobody will believe you if you say US isn't it. People gotta go and see for themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah. And honestly,
that's what it's called.
personally, visiting Ghana even made me more grateful because I even went to. I'm going to Ghana, getting out of the states, and you just gotta see for yourself. Because personally, I'm just like I'm grateful I was raised in the states, but I also because I was raised in the states, I see the opportunity in Ghana. people that are raised in Ghana sometimes don't see the opportunity in
Right.
Ghana. So I mean, you gotta go see for yourself, just like BK said. It's just the way you just gotta do it. Because some people have different ways of what they experience, how they explain their experience. It just does not do it justification. So one of my favorite sayings is sometimes it has to be experienced and not explained.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So, like,
true.
anyone else have a question for BK? We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you, BK, so much for being transparent, sharing your story. You don't understand really until you've seen both. True. And
True.
I'm a little nosy. How's your son doing? Did you ever get to reconcile with him, BK, or see
Oh
him?
yeah, we talk every day on phone, on
Okay.
video, and I'm trying to bring him here. I'm working on that right now.
So he's what, 12 now? No, no,
No,
8.
he's 7.
Oh, 7. Okay.
Yeah, I went to America 2015.
2015. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet your son in Ghana. I'm declaring it right now. He will
Amen.
be playing soccer on my multi sports court. You hear me? I don't even have a multi
Oh,
sports court yet, but he will be playing on it.
all right.
Can
That's
BK
good.
be our tour guide, Leslie? Hey, if he's willing, if he's willing.
I can
Because
if I have
I'm
the time.
if you have the time, yeah.
Yeah.
But focus on that restaurant because we want to eat. We want to eat
Come
when we
on.
go there. Alrighty, folks. Thank you so much for hanging with us. BK, we appreciate you. Vicky, hey girl, I'll see you soon. Any final words, BK?
Yeah, my final words. The reason why a lot of people don't believe when you tell them America is not the place is because of how the people that return live their life. You
Mm,
know, you're in America, you're planning to go to Ghana, you plan to go to any part of Africa, you save towards it.
right.
You know, so when you come or when we come, our lifestyle, our spending, yeah, like if you say it's no good, look at how you're living your life. Look at all these things you're doing. But they don't know that maybe you took a loan, maybe you saved 5 years for that kind of thing, you know.
Right.
So they think that the way we come here and live a life, the way we come here and spend, hey, maybe give me 10 cities and I give it to you. They're like, oh, life is good for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you go back and they don't know what you're going through. They don't know how you have to pay the money back, you know.
Right. Exactly.
So that
Ooh,
is the misleading. That's
the
how
misleading.
it's our fault too. We mislead them and they think, oh, life is beautiful over there.
But it's a fight. Like I Uber drove during the pandemic to buy that
Yeah,
beachfront. You know,
right.
I had to live when my 2 week trip turned into 3 months. I lived off my business credit card to pay for my Airbnb. You
They don't
see,
know that.
they don't know that, and they think that
Right.
we some of us just have money. I'm grateful for the currency exchange, but it only goes so far. You know. It,
Right.
don't, it only goes so far. Alrighty, folks. Thank you again. Hopefully, I end it this time. Thanks for hanging. And BK, we appreciate you. Till next time, guys. Bye.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.